good evening, and welcome to another edition of the Ohm Service Live with me, Marky Mark. We've got Steve BFG, and we've got Betty Dillygaff Porter. Peace on, man. Hello to everybody in chat. Hello to everybody on the replay. Hope you've all had a good week, and you are all refreshed and ready for this evening's entertainment.
No, we're all bollocks done waiting for the weekend.
Yeah.
Let's be right.
Well, I was optimistic. Come on, you've got to give me that.
You were lovely and smiley.
Yeah, come on, it's Friday Eve.
Weekend's Eve.
Evie, go home. Ouch. Sorry.
I was thinking more of Wally than E.T.
Wally!
It worries me where those voices come from.
He's moof.
You got visions. I've just had this mental vision of the Barry White playing, the mood low, the candles lit, and all of a sudden you just hear this Wally.
See, thing is though,
I'm Batman.
Oh shit, I'm wet.
yeah, but you did sound like Batman from Lego.
Nothing wrong with that.
See, the thing is though, he could do voiceovers, couldn't he? You've got a job for you there. Voiceovers.
Oh, do voiceovers on Kev WXM.
Coming in your ears.
Oh, stop it.
He started it.
Oh, behave. We've barely been on 2 minutes and it's already perved out.
We did that before we even came live.
We was perving out already.
No.
Well, certain people were perving out. I was just sitting here. I was sitting here oblivious.
I was talking about I've just watched the full-length version of The Shining, which is the 144-minute version that you couldn't get in UK until recently. But I also bought the 3-hour-long Dr. Sleep, and I was just talking about the lady in the hat and her vaping. That's all.
No cooling there. Right, before we get any
definitely no ice.
Let's hit the participant list and see who we've got. Hey up me duck, good evening. Bill Richards, darling, hello. Black Country Vapor, Stevie, hope Jasper's well, mate.
Yay!
Dawn W, darling, Huggles. Dion 78, good evening. Faxi M's 82, good evening, sir. Fee, Huggles. Free Rider Vapor, good evening. John Vaping Joker, hope you're well, dude. Good evening. Kev WXM.
Coming to you live, 96.5 to 90.8 FM.
Evening, Kev. Lynn Smith, Huggles. Mark H, good evening, sir.
Fist bump.
Mike Haynes, good evening. Norse Vapor, dude. Ryan's, Alan, how you doing, mate? We got UK Andy, legend, sir. Vapor Bunny, good evening.
Buggles!
Vapor Queen Becky, good evening. And I know I've seen Pasty in here somewhere. I know Pasty's in. Buggles! Adam Stone, good evening. We've got people sneaking in my back door. Oh, well, say.
Adam Stone came home to his wife and family.
Right, I do believe that's everybody. So, Pasty, we haven't missed you, darling.
Huggles! And everybody on the replay. Huggles!
Huggles! They're probably still in shot from last week's, just haven't turned off YouTube. Yeah. I say.
What
was that?
There's another one that's just sneaked in.
Gailey! Huggles! Oh, bless. Well, the vaping world has kicked off today, hasn't it?
Well, if you're a woman, no. But if you're a man...
Well... Yes. Don't know if anybody saw it. Stevie brought it to our attention. Quick story on Vapor Planet. Planet of the Vapes. Vaporman have been very naughty by all accounts, which was a bit of a surprise. So it's led to all their products basically being told that they cannot be sold in the UK.
They've failed the test, aren't they? Or is it the application that they've failed?
Some of the MHRA's website. Or
yeah, they didn't put it in.
Oh, they didn't put it in at all.
No, apparently not. Therefore, the authorised representative has not completed the notification process, and therefore the products are deemed unnotified and must not be offered for sale. Which fits in with the, if you cannot find the product on the MRHA's website, ask your supplier to confirm that it's been published and provide details to enable you to confirm the product status. Vaporman did not do this.
And how many other companies didn't check either?
Well, this is it. And to my knowledge, the Vapeman products, which includes... So you've got the Vapeman Solo 600, Vapeman Solo Mini, Vapeman Solo Bar Pro, Vapeman Solo X, Vapeman Solo Plus, Vapeman Solo Legend. And it should not be confused with UK-based businesses with a similar name to Vapeman. But if you are selling any of those products on the shelf and trading standards come in, hasta la vista. Yeah, I've never heard of Vapeman either.
Out of curiosity, but I mean, Bunny be able to tell me this, because I genuinely don't know. For argument's sake, you have got them on your shelf. Where does the actual responsibility lie? With the actual shop itself, or where you actually got them from? Because obviously they bought it from the wholesaler.
Well, according to the article, if you're a wholesaler of Vapeman products, you are legally required to instigate a localised recall of Vapeman products, so it's down to the wholesaler.
Yeah. Oh, that's not too bad then.
Now, a lot of people are saying I've never heard of them. I hadn't.
I hadn't.
I hadn't either. But when you go into the internet, Jesus, kind of loads of people selling them.
Well, I mean, as soon as you put that up, I thought, I'm going to have a look. And there was pages of it, of people selling it.
Now, the interesting thing is, and I said this to the boys, to my knowledge, this is the first time this has been enforced. We've not seen anything similar.
Yeah, that's right. The disposables. Bunny.
That's the ones, Bunny. So that's from the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency.
I think me personally, and I might be talking out of turn or whatever, but I think this is the start of the curbing of disposables.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Yeah.
I really do believe it, because honestly, as much as I think disposables have got the place, and I really do believe that. But the amount of, I've had 14 emails this week alone, and we're only on Thursday, of companies that I have never even heard of emailing me wanting me to review their latest pod system. 14 so far this week.
It's interesting though. Is this the last sort of push for the disposable market before this sort of enforcement comes in.
Might be so.
Because it's seriously going to dent.
I mean, I don't want to go all political, but I'm going to bring this up while we're at it. As we already know that obviously the American markets, died. Best way of putting it. And obviously China was putting their hopes on Europe and Russia. Now, obviously, what's happening in the Russian department, do you think that's going to really have a knock-on effect for the European side of vaping?
It's an interesting thought. I've not
Because
even
let's face it,
considered
you've got all your major companies pulling out of Russia at the present moment, like Coca-Cola, Starbucks, and all them lot. China's keeping on the sort of like the we don't want no to do with this lot, but inherently are connected. I'm just wondering if they're going to bypass Russia now and just focus more on the European side.
If anybody's wondering what that golden glow is, it's because Vic's in chat. I'm worried about him, though. He's been talking to the seagulls. You're right, Mark. Little birdies have told me there's been a message sent out to trading standards from people up above. I think they're setting the table for a soft ban soon. Wouldn't surprise me.
I generally do.
But, evening, Vic. Sorry, mate.
Evening, Vic. I didn't like...
Oh,
Hallelujah.
God has spoken. Oh, bless him.
So getting back to what we was talking about, do you think what I am thinking is obviously the Russian market is now going to be probably untenable? American market is flat on its face. So the only people that's really left is Asia themselves and the European Union. Well, the European continent.
Can I just throw in a little devil's advocate here? Because China at the minute are the only ones that are supporting Russia.
They're not supporting them. They're
Well,
on the fence.
They're on the fence, but there's got to be some sweeteners there for that opinion, given the backlash that could come off the rest of the planet. And it is pretty much the rest of the planet now.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, it makes you wonder, what deals has been put in place, etc. And if they're not flogging the oil to the Europeans, where are they flogging the oil? Yeah. But anyway, enough of the
yeah, but I thought it needs to be obviously talked about. Obviously, what with you're talking about vape man and that lot. So,
well, yeah. I mean, I think the European market, the tastes are different anyway. I mean, if you look at Germany, they like their big tanks, don't they? I would be very interested to see what
the populace likes the big tanks. Their government's another matter.
Well, yes, but I'd be very interested to see what the German public have been like about buying disposables and smaller devices.
Yeah, it's because they like them big, don't they?
Well, this is it. Are we seeing that shift away from the traditional RDTA to the mouth to lungers and the pod systems?
I can't see it, not in Germany.
No. But, I mean, I know in England, I've barely seen anybody with a full-size mod these days. When you were walking down the street, it used to be, there'd be a double battery mod, bum, clouds, whatever. These days, all I seem to see is either disposables or small pod systems.
Yeah,
I don't know about you two.
Yeah, you do. You see a lot more people with pod systems. Or that ilk, like your Nords and things like that.
And I've not seen a penguin for a while. Do you remember them?
Well, I mean, let's face it. Everything was bigger at one point, and obviously people just want something that's pocket friendly.
I mean, I must admit,
you can understand.
Yeah, because there's nothing worse when you're taking a dog for a walk with a dual battery mod in your pocket, and then next minute your fucking jogging trousers end up round about your ankles because the weight pulls your trousers down.
I think
Yeah.
that's why I always got
Speaking
into
from experience.
mechs. I think that's one of the reasons. One was the form factor. Two, it was small, but I still had the power.
Well, to be fair, I mean, that's my daily banger. You can tell it's been keyed to death. It's good a flavour, internal battery. So that's my only drawback on it because I just don't get the day use out of it. But in terms of flavour, this pisses on some of the bigger mods I had 2 years ago. It's gorgeous flavour. Bit too much airflow on the H45 for my liking, but
I mean, I think the thing is technology in the vaping scene. It's come on leaps and bounds. So you're getting flavour, battery power, and all the rest of it, battery longevity out a pod device, whereas previously you had to use a dual battery mod with an RDA on it. Whereas as I say, the technology, there's more advancements in it, so you don't need to take something. I mean, I know it's like that out.
Let's face it. I mean, once upon a time, you could say an RDA gave you better flavour than a tank, and at one point that was true.
did.
That was very, very true. But now you can't say it.
No,
You cannot say that now.
no. Now, to be honest, the battleground seems to be on the airflow. Because if I've got to the point where I can have so many devices that give me the same sort of flavour, but it's down to my style of vaping and whether I can dial it into an airflow that I like.
sorry,
It's literally
just 2 seconds to diverse slightly. Mike, that's the pack you can get for Amazon. Battery up for Amazon.
Oh, that's nice. See, I still get mine from Fogstar.
Yeah, I do.
Sorry.
Oh shit!
I don't buy that many battery wraps, to be honest with you. I've got a plethora load of them. I got mine on a roll, and I think it was 10 meters I got back in. Yeah, so you just cut it to length.
Yeah, I mean that was ones I bought for Amazon a couple of years back, and I think that they're pennies, to be honest with you, for what you get.
Yeah.
But there's one, I think it was Josie's evil dildo that kept ripping the battery wraps every time she was putting new batteries in and out. So I don't know what the hell was wrong with it, but it just kept ripping battery wraps.
See, if you've not got a huge amount of batteries, I mean, we have, but Fogstar do a 5-wrap kit with all your isolators, and that's something like $5.99. It's cracking value. I mean, I know you can buy the isolators separate, but the Fogstar ones, I've never had one rip on me yet.
No, they really are good battery wraps as well. Especially if you get the black thick ones that said just Fogstar on them. Yeah. They're really good, they are.
The thing is, what I like about that multi-coloured set is you can pair batteries up. Do you know what I mean? So it's the 2 pink or 2 red or 2 green or 2 blue, so they're a married pair. And I find that's a hell of a lot easier to do that way.
Well, the Fogstar, you get 2 of each design in the kit. So you get 10 wraps in total. It's a 5-battery set kit. Absolutely banging.
It's $7.99 for 200 on Amazon.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong, can you?
You can't argue with that. Cheers for that, John Paul. Evening, sir, as well.
Hello, from Glasgow.
I'd hope so.
Or is it John and Paul from Glasgow?
No, probably just John Paul.
His surname could be Glasgow.
It could be.
I don't use married pairs now. I haven't since 2017. Oh, Vic. Oh, it's coming out now.
That's because he stopped going to swingers parties.
Stop it. No.
I'm not being a gooseberry.
Vic goes to Tesco's straight to the fruit and veg, gets a pineapple and turns the cunt upside down.
Stop it. Show some respect.
I said, do you know what? That's just dawned on me as well. Do you know winter time? Because you used to always put right. That's me. I've just brought Mum's plant pots in from outside to put them in the shed. It's not his mum's plant pots. It's his with the fucking pampas grass in it outside the door that he puts out when his mum goes to bingo. I'm in.
It's his secret code.
How nice.
And John Paul's surname is Glasgow, and he is from Glasgow.
Good man.
Excellent.
Welcome to the team. Welcome. So it's pampas grass. I remember. It were ages ago. He was doing his what's up and he hurt his back by moving his mum's pampas grass.
Yeah,
We're in hysterics, because I watched it on big telly downstairs. I was in hysterics.
Fell at the sex swing more fucking like it.
Yeah.
Don't, because I've got visions of a little leather harness now.
Oh, Vic with lederhosen.
Stop it.
Edelweiss.
For fuck's sakes.
Sorry, Victor.
These are a few of my favourite things.
Oh, that's just wrong. Ross, good evening, sir.
Hello, Russ.
Oh, bless. See, Vic, stop laughing now. You've upset him.
Oh yeah, he loves my sausage, doesn't he, Victor?
He certainly does.
He's only got little hands. Give him a break.
Only got a little sausage.
Nothing wrong with dwarf tossing, Bill.
Nobody tosses a dwarf. Not the beard, not the beard.
Still counts as one.
He was moving. It's because he's got my axe in his head.
Jesus Christ. And moving from the ridiculous to the sublime, nice little bit of news out of the States today. I was pissing myself at this. I don't know if you saw this story. There was the American equivalent of a headmaster, a superintendent, I guess it was, that quite happily allowed her students to be strip searched for vaping products.
Yeah, we did the report on the show.
I think we did. And this was met with more than a little outrage from the parents, as the kids weren't actually allowed to inform their parents what was going off. So they were taken into a room. One girl gives, I'm not going to go into it, but it's quite a harrowing account of what actually happened to her. And it would appear that comeuppance, or shall we say karma, has bit this person in the ass big time. The Oconto County District Attorney said Kelly Casper lacked legal authority to confine the students in a small restroom located off the nurse's office. The facts surrounding the circumstances led to the state to conclude the children involved did not consent to be confined. He continued, once the children removed their clothing, any opportunity they had to escape would have subjected them to further shame and embarrassment. She now faces the prospect of a maximum penalty of 6 years in prison on each count and a $10,000 fine. Finally, a bit of common sense.
See, when you brought it up, the original, I just couldn't believe how they could do it.
Well, it sounds like she'd done it completely off her own bat.
I mean, it's just not right.
Well, this is it. I mean, the girl's description of what they didn't just ask them to strip down to their underwear. They were looking inside the underwear as well. So
she's the district superintendent. Nearly said Super Nintendo there.
Super Nintendo.
Hey,
Mario!
Fuck off. So I wonder if she is in control of the district rather than just a particular school.
Mm.
So,
Yeah,
so would it be, yes, she gave her consent, right, for that, but
how many schools?
yes, and how many teachers or whoever else was involved in the strip search, would they be charged and fined as well? Or is it just going to be her? Because obviously that could be, I'm trying to think how that would be deemed legally.
Lots of people sat in the staff room going, I was only following orders.
Yeah, but could it be classed as molestation? I don't know. Imprisonment to a certain extent, if they were confined to a small room. I don't know.
I've got a feeling that they've gone for the imprisonment side, because if it was just off the nurse's office, I would guess that the school nurse probably did the actual checking.
But she didn't have consent from the kids.
Yeah.
She didn't have consent from the kids' adults, the kids' parents,
Oh God,
guardians. So
we've triggered Bunny.
I mean, it could have been the janitor for all we know.
Well, yeah,
exactly.
Now got away with it for one few pesky kids.
It doesn't end there, though. Parents of some of the children have stated they will be seeking justice through civil suits, claiming the children's Fourth Amendment rights had been violated, and the Fourth Amendment provides the right to be protected from unreasonable search and seizure by the government. Well, if she's working on behalf of a public body...
So if they don't catch this in the bud, so to speak, this could sort of like snowball. Because if she's the head of X amount of schools, how many people in them schools actually did the searching?
This is it. This is what happens when people don't use the grey matter.
All because of vaping.
Yeah. Is it really that... Do they really consider it that dangerous to warrant that sort of behaviour?
I mean, let's face it, I don't think they're that bad when it comes to blooming knife crime.
Well, I haven't seen, and I'm sure anybody in chat will correct me, I've never seen anything about strip searching for drugs.
Not to that extent, anyway.
No, not where you would just pull people in and say, right, you, underwear. You know what I mean?
I'll send them in the post.
Thanks, Stevie. That's going to be some hellish postage.
Scratch and sniff.
No.
You sending the toffee hammer this time?
Jackhammer. A big scraper.
Oh, don't.
Hey, do you know what? I've just thought of something. That could be extra pocket money. Because you get these women that sell their underwear and use tights on eBay, don't you?
I was watching a YouTube thing a couple of weeks back, and it was just weird vending machines.
Oh, you can buy pubic hair in Japan.
In Japan, they have vending machines that have got soiled knickers in them.
There's also, as I just said, pubic hair. It's little tufts of pubic hair in sealed cellophane packs. Available
in a vending machine.
Yeah.
What did they use it like fucking snuff?
Well, allegedly it's from, some desirable young nymph, not some granny that's suffering to pay for a gas bill, yeah.
Yeah, but thing is, though, if you sort of like found out that it wasn't from the desired girl that you thought it was from, are you actually going to complain?
Well, this is it.
Would you write one of those stern, annoying letters?
Now, leading on from this...
You could have at least washed it. This smells like scampi fries.
Leading on from this, I was reading an article, and I'm not going to say where, but apparently China has a huge problem with senior prostitution.
Granny fuckers.
They've literally turned to prostitution because there's no pension.
And what magazine was you reading?
It wasn't a magazine.
Did they queue up outside the post office on a Wednesday?
Stop it. Let's see if I can find it.
I'm curious how you stumbled across that one.
I would, honest to God, I would hate to see his fucking search on that computer. Honest to Christ.
Right.
Pasty. Yuki has used knickers for free in public loos Sunday morning.
I'm trying to find one that's not going to get me shot.
Too late.
Here we are. Facts and details. Prostitution in China.
You're planning a holiday? I will take your silence as guilty as charged.
What's that?
I said, are you planning a holiday?
No, bloody not. Oh, come on. Where's the granny one? I will have to see if I can dig it out again. But,
Dig it out or dig her up.
Sex industry is growing rapidly. Shenzhen, apparently.
All right, so you can have a vape as well.
Yeah.
Afterwards, obviously.
No, I'm not even going to say it.
There are some prostitutes that are so desperate they service scores of migrant workers for $1 a piece under bridges.
Push your fucking troll.
That's value, isn't it?
Well, I suppose if you're on a budget.
The only thing is, though, it's a Chinese
Adam
outfit.
Stone. Are there any on Trustpilot reviews?
The only thing is, though, it's Chinese. Half an hour later, you want another one.
Oh, stop it.
It's more of a case of, it was a rather rough ride at the present time, but after she'd picked the scabs, it was a lot better.
Stop it.
What was her name? Holy fuck.
Jesus Christ.
You fucking nothing to do with it.
Moving on swiftly.
Yeah, please do. I'm going to have a look at that. It's just quite intriguing facts.
Yeah.
Yes, it does bring a whole new means to grab a granny night.
Well, I suppose needs must is the devil drives, as they say.
Do you want prawn crackers with that?
Would you like me to do your ironing as well?
See, you've upset Fee now. I bet Rooney's been going over to China. Oh, bless you. In the mood for a Chinese takeaway now?
Oh, as long as it's not one of the ones with the bound feet. Ooh, fuck though.
Oh, yeah. Poor thing.
Oh, don't. Was, what was it we were watching? Oh, it was Jack the Ripper Diary documentary on Amazon Prime. And they were going through, you know, the Victorians' idea of sensuality. But then they brought in the Chinese immigrants and things. And there was a picture of a turn-of-the-century Chinese woman, but with bound feet, but all the wrappings had come off. What they did to those poor women's feet.
Oh,
Jeez.
yeah.
Yeah, and all for the sake of beauty. It was incredible.
I mean, I watched a program on that program. YouTube's terrible for this. You learn so many facts. It's unbelievable. Human modifications. It was through the ages, and head bounding and things like that. So they had elongated heads, and they literally bound the kids' skulls as soon as they were obviously born, so it looked like they had big heads. You know, when you see in Egypt the pharaohs and they've got elongated heads, that's from head binding. And obviously Chinese did for the nimble feet type thing as well. And yeah, it's gone through the years, thousands of years it's been done.
Like the South American tribes, the Aztecs and things, did the head bind and stuff, didn't they?
Yeah.
And that's what they said, it was to emulate their gods.
Which is where all of a sudden you get the ancient alien people. Alien! You want soy sauce with Stevie, behave.
No, I think it'd be salty enough, Steve.
Oh, stop it.
Sushi, anyone?
But I just found it amazing that you consider China a sort of modern country now. I know there's a communist regime and all the rest of it, but you don't think of them as a country that would, a large percentage of the older population would have to turn to prostitution.
Well, when you think about it, they're going through a crisis, aren't they? Because how originally it used to be one child per couple. Now, obviously, they've got rid of that because they've got an ageing population.
Well, and there's the issue, isn't it? I mean, I know they were facing serious overcrowding, but come on, that was never going to be the answer.
Well, they've still got the same problem. It's just that the generations are a lot older now. It seems like with most Western countries, the ageing population is getting greater.
You read Mark H's as well. This is wrong. Wrong. Yeah, the African tribes with the extended neck rings.
And the ones that used to have ashtray in the mouth as well.
It stings, pal. CD in the lip.
Yeah, that was normally the Amazonian Indians, wasn't it? A lot of them had the stretched lips and the ears.
Yeah, message in a bottle.
Oh, what a fab idea! She could hold your beer.
Yeah, it's kind of made cigarette smoking redundant now, though, isn't it? With ashtray. Yeah, but the thing is, though, can't blow a candle out.
Stop it.
They should be fucked if it rained.
Why?
With that water.
Oh, fair point, yeah.
Yeah, but you should always hydrate.
So, I'm going to move us away from this.
Oh, God.
Obi, what did we think? Has anybody seen, and you should have seen, the teaser trailer for Obi-Wan?
I'm excited. I can't wait.
Has anybody in chat seen it? Oh. Watching by candlelight on my phone. Fee? Oh. Hello.
It's that shed loading thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, bless you. Thanks, Fee. I see the thing on YouTube about African tribes tightening the chests of young women so their breasts don't grow and then beating with sticks on the chests and rocks to keep them flat.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I've heard that before, yeah.
Excellent.
And also, female archers used to get rid of one.
Yeah, they'd amputate a breast so it didn't get in the way with the bow. It's a bit harsh. But
Make a tobacco pouch out of it.
not seen it yet and not likely to in the near future. Oh, Bill, it's good.
Bill, yeah.
It's just a teaser trailer.
Do you know what I think it is? It was a bit like Rogue One for us. It was we knew that story, but we didn't know the story. If you get me, we always knew that the plans were stolen, and people died because of getting hold of these plans. But that's as far as it went, and it's same with Obi-Wan. From episode 3 to A New Hope, episode 4, there was a big 19-20 year gap that we don't know really what went off.
And without spoilers, there's not a lot of spoilers you can do from that. But it would appear that they are bringing in aspects from the Disney animated stuff. And it was amazing. It would, the whole concept of the hunting of the Jedis by the Empire. You know, I'm not going to say much more than that, but if they amputated mine, my centre of gravity would also.
But that was did they not kind of explain that that's
I haven't
why
read all of it.
that's why he became a hermit after the likes of the Clone Wars on Tatooine.
Also, there's the story behind how he learned how to go beyond the grave.
Yes.
Because Qui-Gon Jinn teaches him. Because right at the end of episode 3, Yoda talks to Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
So you find that little backstory as well. Because isn't that part of the dark side? When Palpatine was talking to Anakin and dark side beyond death.
See, Qui-Gon's
something dark side.
If I remember my details correctly, Qui-Gon is the first one to actually on the light side to come back after death.
Yeah, but it was supposed to have been part of the dark side, things like that.
Evening, Red.
See, I don't know if it's just me or maybe other people think the same. Do you not just think they've saturated Disney with too much Star Wars stuff at the moment? Because there's so many bloody crossovers going on. And do you think it's going to confuse people a little bit? Because I know it's confusing the life out of me.
I think if they're not careful, they're going to oversaturate it, yes.
Yes. And, I mean, if you look at Boba Fett, that was literally Mando 2.5. It was, you know, if the whole idea of that was to flesh out Boba Fett, it failed, to be honest.
Yeah, it did fail.
If it was to wet the whistle of the Mando fans, roaring success. I'm just hoping.
Let's face it, the last 2 episodes were basically Mandalorian.
Yeah, well, with Obi-Wan, I'm hoping they don't go OTT with it.
Now, me personally, I don't think they needed to do Boba Fett. I don't think it was necessary. He was,
no, but,
as far as I was concerned, after Return of the Jedi, he was dead.
Fair point, but he was always a massive fan favourite.
Yeah, but they've only brought him back for the sake of bringing him back. There was no actual reason to bring him back. Whereas Obi-Wan, there is actually a story that we haven't been told from episode 3 to episode 4. We know that Luke was handed over to his uncle.
Yeah.
Leia went off with... poor Luke, he got the rough end of the stick, didn't he? He got blooming Water Farm and she's a princess. I mean, not exactly a fair deal, were it?
Yeah, but Luke got to be with his family.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, but he was shooting swamp rats.
Swamp rats, yeah, in Beggars Canyon. And that was a nice touch in Boba Fett.
They're not bigger than 2 meters.
Well, yeah.
That was a nice touch in Boba Fett, though, because they used Beggars Canyon.
Yeah.
When he was testing out the new spaceship. So...
Yeah, but isn't that the same canyon where they did the pod race?
It was, yes. So, I mean, it all ties back, but it would do if you living in that area. But, Black Country's just put, look at what Disney are doing with the Marvel, the amount of stuff being produced. 100%. Some of it's cack, some of it's excellent.
The Black Widow one, I didn't enjoy that.
No, it was awful.
And I wasn't that keen on Hawkeye either.
To be honest, I've not watched the end of it yet.
Yeah, Hawkeye, I just thought that were a bit lame. I did like WandaVision. I thought WandaVision was fantastic.
I'm starting to notice a bit of a theme though, because the ones that are setting you up for the cinematic release, like WandaVision was, they seem to have much better storylines.
It's same like with Loki as well. I enjoyed Loki.
But that allegedly feeds into the new Thor. So, is it a case of give the good stuff to the ones that are going to get arses into the cinema?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, bit harsh would make it. I mean, I'm a Marvel fan. I love Marvel. I have done since
I think
was
the biggest disappointment, I mean, I've not been disappointed with any of Marvels, but the one that I was Black Widow. I so thought that was going to give the full-blown backstory, and they never did. They just touched on it.
They couldn't have done it without making it so far into the R-rated. Her backstory is bloody traumatic, mate.
I know it is.
But the the way they've introduced her in the Avengers, it's the kiddie fans, isn't it? So to make it an R-rated would have, hampered their chance at profit.
Well, yeah, it's always down to money.
Oh, always. Yeah, WandaVision led straight into the second Doctor Strange film.
Yeah.
And the trailers for that look fabulous.
Oh, yes. I can't wait for that.
And if you've not seen What If, I would strongly recommend you go and watch the Doctor Strange.
Really are good.
Well, the What Ifs seem to have some impact on the Multiverse of Madness, so might be worth going and having a shufty at the Stephen Strange episode in that before.
And I tell a lie, the worst Marvel film I've seen, Eternals.
Not seen that yet.
Save your time, mate.
I've read a load of stuff about it, and
that's 2.5 hours I will never get her back.
It didn't make any sense. It didn't follow any of the comic book. Well, the characters followed some of the comic book canon, but they changed them so completely. It was just no.
I just didn't. No. And Fee loved Black Widow. That's what I like about it, though. We're all different. I think we all find something when we watch it that appeals to us or not appeals. I mean, certain parts of Black Widow I enjoyed, but I thought it was just... I think more expectation was let down. I was expecting, a at least proper backstory.
Something about the Red Room and...
Yeah.
For them taking her from a child in the train and all the way through, it just... I don't know, I kind of switched off halfway through it.
To be honest,
Red Sparrow did that better. Sorry?
Red Sparrow did that better. What's her face? Who was the actress that was in the Hunger Games?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah. There's a film which basically mirrors Black Widow's backstory and literally goes from the bit where she's recruited from the KGB and how she's trained. And that could have been lifted straight out. Sorry, Steve, I didn't mean to...
Oh, sorry. I mean, there's even talk about... What was the old Russian superhero that was in Black Widow? They're even talking about making a movie about him.
No.
I read something about that during the week.
See, Omega Red, you could do one about him, but you could bring Wolverine into that and all sorts. Yeah. I hope me duck seen it. Jennifer Lawrence in Red Sparrow. That is a cracking film. If you like your Cold War spy movies, go for it. Yeah, back in the day when Marvel was on its knees, it was the Blade films that saved the franchise.
Yeah.
And it was interesting at the end of Eternals, this one scene that everybody was talking about was the Black Knight with the cursed ebony blade and Blade.
It's coming back.
You didn't even see Blade.
It's coming back.
Yeah, they're on about making a remake of it, aren't they?
I think it's made.
See, I enjoyed Blade. I enjoyed Blade 1 and 2. 3,
The TV series was a very different feel to the Wesley Snipes Blade.
I do like the TV series.
but I enjoyed both of them. I thought they were both good. I think when Whistler, I think that side of it kind of spoiled it for me. So like, no. I mean, there's
It
only
took
so
away
many
some of
times
the
you can
impact.
kill him.
I mean, I'm with Norse. Personally, I think Marvel has overdone the whole superhero, and they got to Infinity Wars, they lost touch with it all.
The thing is, that's Marvel though. It's a superhero comic genre. That's what it is. That's what they do. So what are they going to fall back on? They can't, because that's what they're famous for. Marvel's famous for superheroes, same as DC.
And the thing is, with any superhero film that started, you've got a character that started back in the 70s, be it Luke Cage, Daredevil, Captain America's even earlier. That goes back to 40s and 50s. You know, you're not just getting the kids' attention, you're getting the parents' attention.
And grandparents' attention.
And grandparents. It's becoming a real family event. Yeah. And that's what they're desperate for. People aren't going to the cinema. We're watching Netflix. We're watching Disney Plus.
Oh, streaming. I mean, especially now with COVID. I mean, I think COVID was the death knell for theatres.
Yeah.
Totally.
Well, if you look, $4.99, I've seen cinema tickets advertised for.
Really?
Yeah, there was. I think there was a couple in Glasgow. I think it was last weekend or the weekend before. It was buy one ticket, get one free, and the tickets were about £4 for the Saturday matinee or something.
Yeah.
Because they can't put bums on seats because they're too fucking expensive.
You'll get $4.99 for the ticket, but you'll pay £20 for the bloody hot dog, which is how it seems to be. Evening, Becky. How are you doing, darling?
Well, to be honest with you, I mean, I think the cinemas have brought it on themselves. I think
For me,
cinemas have got greedy.
Yeah, very much so.
When they stopped doing the B movie. Because it used to be,
Well, come
you
on,
bought
look,
your ticket, you got
we
two
can
films.
remember when going to a cinema was going to a flea pit. I mean, then there were run down flea pits, and then nobody was interested because obviously video came out, and you'd thought that the cinema companies would have learnt the lesson in that period of time from the late 70s, early 80s when the actual video boomed, because obviously people stopped going to the cinema then. Then all of a sudden it became quite trendy to actually go back to the cinema. Then all of a sudden we started getting all these multiplexes. And they was happening, late 80s, early 90s to now. And slowly but surely it got more expensive and more expensive and more expensive, and you got less. Once upon a time you used to have a B movie and you used to have the main film. Now it's not get them in, get them out, get them in, get them out, and try and fleece them as much as you can with the extras. So it's inevitable. And now, obviously, with everything getting so expensive, people aren't gonna.
Oh, Becky's just put, my cinema has blankets, footstools, and a bar.
See, there's quite a few of them now, though. It's these. I think there's one in Glasgow. It's actually got couches and stuff like that. So it's basically like a home cinema, but you're paying through the nose. I mean, why pay? I mean, I don't know how much the tickets are, but just for saying sake, they're £10, probably even more than that. But why pay £10 to go and lie on a couch where you can lie on a couch in your own house?
Yeah.
And for £10, that's paid for Netflix for a month.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I've seen more films that I would never have chosen to see with them being on Netflix.
Yeah, of course. Because you'll take that. You will quite happily take that risk. I mean, I remember back in the day when you used to go and rent videos, and you always used to get one. You used to get your main video that you knew that you wanted to watch, the latest film of whatever. But they always used to do a deal that you got another one half price or something like that. And the amount of B movies and movies that I would probably never ever watch because of that deal. And Netflix and most streaming platforms, you've already paid for it, and you're going to watch. You think even if you only watch 10 minutes of it, you think, "Oh, that's crap." You've not lost anything besides your time.
Yeah, but that deal where you got the cheap B movie, that introduced me to Hawk the Slayer. That introduced me to the Sorcerer and King.
Beastmaster.
Stop it. What was it? The Wraith? One of Charlie Sheen's early movies.
Zardos.
Was that the one with the car?
Yeah, that's the one with the car. Cross Worlds, that was Rutger Hauer. Wedlock, another Rutger Hauer flick. That's awesome. You know, he's done some really good B-movie crap.
I mean, the first ever Clive Barker film I ever saw was a B movie. It was called Rawhead Rex.
Oh, God, that's the one with the hillbilly dad. Yeah. Oh.
But B movies were ace. They were fantastic. It was so like, you took them as they were B movies.
Yeah. You weren't expecting anything amazing. But there was nothing better than, I mean, all right, blockbusters, 90s, but if I got a day off work, I used to get myself a pizza, 3 films from Blockbusters, and I'd have a right time.
Yeah.
You know, everybody else is at work. I'm chilled out on the sofa. It was brilliant.
And it was that killed the original theatres in the first place, cinemas. And then obviously it came cool and trendy with these multiplexes and all that lot. Very American it was.
No, don't get me wrong. I mean, AUP's just brought it up. Cinemas are doing well with diversifying. I've seen the local cinema has F1 days, opera performances and theatre performances. I think that is absolutely awesome.
I'll tell you how diversified cinemas are these days. I've got jury duty at the end of the month, and guess where I've got to go?
You're going to the cinema?
The local Odeon Cinema. Well, the big Odeon Cinema in Glasgow City Centre.
So you're doing it on video conference then? Bloody hell. Grizz! Good evening!
Miss Bump.
Yeah, I'm split second Dion. That's one of my favourites. It was like a mix between Mad Max, Alien, and Rawhead Rex, basically. It was just so fucked up.
I remember watching Reanimator and From Beyond and things like that on B movies.
Oh, Reanimator was brilliant.
I remember seeing Peter Jackson's first movie, Bad Taste.
Yeah, Bad Taste, yeah.
Movie.
Was it Black Sheep as well?
No, it was...
the one with the killer sheep in New Zealand.
Oh, God, no, Steve, that's not that old, that one.
No.
That's not that old. That movie. Brain Dead was favourite, late 80s, I think it was.
Yeah, Brain Dead.
Because it was Bad Taste, Brain Dead. What was the other one? There was 3 of them.
Basket Case?
Yeah, Basket Case.
I can't remember.
And then you had things like Newcomb High.
Yeah. Toxic Avenger.
Yeah.
All the old Tromaville ones.
Chud.
Oh, Chud, Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers.
I always remember a weird one. What were it called? Existence?
Yes. That was...
Cronenberg.
Yeah, Cronenberg, that was it. That was such a weird film, though.
But all his movies, to a certain extent, were weird.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, what was it? Blue Velvet. There was a film I saw.
Yeah, that were a B movie.
Return of the Living Dead 1 and 2.
Steve, Jules and I watched Return of the Living Dead about 3 weeks ago when Sherelle, our daughter, was up. And I put it on and went, this is a brilliant movie. You need to sit and watch this. And we watched it right through at the end. And you know that way when you know somebody's actually looking at you as if to say that was shit. I was actually too afraid to look round. But when I did look round, the two of them were like that.
I ain't watched them. I've got them on DVD, but I ain't watched them for years.
Well, Evil Dead. That was a B movie. when it first happened.
Swallow your soul. Here, swallow this.
Nightbreed again.
Yeah, another B movie. Well, not so much a B
No, it
movie.
wasn't
because
actually.
20th Century
It wasn't.
Fox did that.
But that, I mean, God, Nightbreed.
Oh,
That just-
Vamp. Yes, I remember Vamp.
Oh God, Grace Jones. I bought a vampire motorcycle. That was the British. It was a very weird comedy. It
Oh,
was
what was the one with
talking
the
turd.
bloke with the ball?
Phantasm.
Phantasm?
That was awesome. But I mean, there's so many of these films, and my son now. I mean, we sit down on a Saturday night, and we'll watch a film. I'm like, "What do you want to watch?" I don't know. So Dad goes rifling through his B movie memories. We've watched Prophecy.
That's ace they are. I've got all three of them.
You know, we've watched loads of stuff.
Last
and
Starfighter.
oh, I love that film.
Oh my God! You know, there's one I actually clicked on it on Amazon the other day. God, what was it called now? Oh, fuck! I need to see if I can find it.
See, we're here to make chat feel young.
What was the one with him out at Walton's?
Oh, Battle Beyond the Stars.
Battle Beyond the
Battle
Stars,
Beyond
yeah.
the Stars.
With what'd you call her with the Hoobies?
Yes.
Yes,
Robert
her with the
Vaughn.
movies.
And was it Robert Vaughn?
Yes, Robert Vaughn played the cool assassin.
And who was the cowboy? What's his name? Out of A-Team.
Hannibal.
Hannibal.
What's his face? George Peppard.
Yeah. Oh, talking about George Peppard, Damnation Alley.
Oh, brilliant!
Oh, God.
Them cockroaches.
What was it? Oh, Long Good Friday. That's another one I introduced Finn to. He'd never seen any Bob Hoskins films.
Good film, that. Do you know what I keep up? Because I've obviously recently just watched The Shining. I'm going to have to watch One Flies Over Cuckoo's Nest.
What a film.
I hadn't
What
seen
a
that in
film.
donkeys.
Black Home, and there was a great film, and that was kind of Disney's. That was Disney trying.
Yeah,
to
that
take
was Disney. Walt Disney.
Yeah,
Black
try
Hole.
to take they were trying to take a chunk out of Star Wars at the time. It failed to a certain extent, didn't it?
Yeah, but that robot, what were it called? Maximilian.
Maximilian. Yeah,
But
the,
that
the little one that was all beat to shit, that was kept beating them at shooting and shit like that.
Oh, Bob. But, I mean, that Starship Troopers, there's another classic.
Oh, that's the one with
Sybil
the massive
Danning,
big
yeah, I
ants,
couldn't
wasn't
remember.
it?
Sorry?
That's the one with the massive big ants, wasn't it?
The insects, yeah.
It's a fucking bug planet.
Oh, I loved do you know something? I prefer the series. The TV series was ace.
What,
I enjoy
Logan's
it.
Run?
Yeah, Logan's Run, the TV series.
It was good. It just got a bit samey.
Well, yeah, of course it did. It was an 70s, 80s TV series.
Oh, too right. But, I mean, the original with Michael York, that was awesome.
Oh, God, yeah.
My-
I'm thinking he had to.
Was
what's her
Michael
name?
Jenny Agutter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
My daddy, my daddy.
stop it. No,
I'll
don't
be your
ruin my
daddy.
childhood.
Hey, they're on about remaking that and all.
What, Railway Children?
Yeah, they're on about remaking that.
God. Sybil Danning, the one with the boobs. Yes.
The Railway
Yes.
Children went to a modern day version. Fucking translate again, innit?
Yeah, you
No,
do
it's
realise
not.
but Bernard Cribbins would get flogged for being a pedo if they remade it.
It's not late at all. There's fucking leaves on the line.
Starship Trooper, that is actually the original book. Starship Trooper is a very clever parody of fascism. It's a very clever parody.
Well, you kind of knew it was a get at that anyway. You saw the uniforms.
Well, I found it. I always put Starship Trooper in the same bracket as RoboCop. It was more a commentary on the political and the capitalism.
See, I preferred RoboCop 2 to RoboCop 1.
I thought RoboCop 1 was the funniest thing I'd seen in years. Just the constant "I'd buy that for $1," and then you've got the newscasters coming in, and they're just being so ridiculous.
Do you mind if I zip this up? Give the man a hand.
They Live.
I came here to kick ass and chew gum, and I'm all out of gum.
I loved that film as a kid.
Well, there's the classic B movie, Escape from New York.
Oh God, I loved that one as well.
Oh,
Do you see David Carpenter's wanting to bring Kurt Russell back for The Thing too?
Will he do it though?
He's a bit old. Well, saying that though,
You seen what CGI can do nowadays?
True. Bill?
they only needed to get his son to play him
Mm-hmm.
because his son's he's spitting image.
True. I mean, The Thing, the John Carpenter version, scared the shit out of me.
You got to be fucking kidding me! As the fucking spiders come over.
It was a bit where he was giving him CPR, and all of a sudden the teeth just appeared. See, I mean, that I'd seen the original 50s. My uncle was a massive fan of the old 50s sci-fi. So when you heard John Carpenter was remaking it, you thought, I'll have some of that, bit of some nice fuzzy sci-fi for the afternoon. And next thing I know, I'm a twitching mess hiding behind the sofa.
You've just reminded me another one, Tremors.
There was an underrated film. What was the name of the survivalist? Because he was brilliant.
Oh fuck!
Big Trouble in Little China.
Because he's in the mall. After that, he's the only character that's went through every movie.
Yeah.
Good question, that, Faxi. A B movie was basically a budget movie.
Yeah.
That's basically all it was. Normally, most of the B movies that you ever saw were literally not major film companies, like your 20th Century Fox and people like that. It was literally a literal low-budget film.
Was it Burt? Was it Burt?
Bert, that's it.
Bert?
Because they were taking the piss out of him having the elephant gun in his cellar.
Yeah, I believe Mars Attack was a B movie.
Mars Attacks was awesome.
But I think Mars Attack wasn't a B movie, but was made to look like a B movie.
Like a B movie, yeah. But I mean, if you look at the big blockbusters back in the day, they were big blockbusters, the Tower in Inferno, etc. The B movie that supported it. If the B movie was enjoyed more than the main film, you knew there was a problem.
Yeah.
But,
You see, from our generation, from sort of like when videos came out, you got a lot of B movies that went, instead of going to the theatre, which costs a lot of money to actually distribute, to actually get big major theatres to actually show your film, they just went straight to video.
Yeah. Question from Gaily Bops. What's your favourite rom-com?
Aliens.
Mine's About Time.
See, I was going to say that. However,
And the Time Traveler's Wife.
Time Traveler's Wife's good. Peter's Friends, which is technically a rom-com, but it is a very sort of touchy-feely friend film. And what's the other one? You've Got Mail. Or Sleepless in Seattle, either. Mr. Porter.
None. Well, honestly, I don't watch. I just don't watch those kind of movies. It's not my kind of thing.
Two films that I really did enjoy recently is The Notebook.
Never seen it.
That is well worth watching. If you're quite happy to get a box of those men's size tissues, sorry, the men's size, but that's what they call them, you will need it. That's a film really worth watching. It's called The Notebook.
Do you mean gender neutral tissues?
Yeah, you can use gender neutral tissues.
The big ones. Faxi, a rom-com is a romantic comedy, dear boy. Not big on rom-coms.
No,
Some
no.
rom-coms are hit and miss, but like Love Actually, I enjoyed that.
I
Switch your
enjoyed,
brain
what
up.
was that? Notting Hill.
Yeah, that was
That was a nice little
Julia
film.
Roberts. I mean, pretty, you know.
Yeah, Pretty
Pretty
Woman.
Woman.
That was a nice one. Is that classed as a rom-com?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, if you're looking at romantic dramas, Howard's End or The End of the Day, that was.
Caleb Obscene Notebook. That's a right film. Well, if you like The
Roman-
Notebook, watch About Time as well. That's a good film.
Oh, About Time. The ending will have you in bits. I defy anybody.
Not me.
And it's a blokey one as well.
Yeah, it's
It's not a girly rom-com. It's a blokey one.
I mean, the father. Oh, you just... Oh,
Dumb.
God. You
Dumb.
just want him as your dad, don't you?
Bill Nye. I mean, there's a film. I'm not sure whether The Boat That Rocked was ever going to be a blockbuster or whether that was a B movie. Because that was bloody good.
Yeah, but it was Virgin on... what was that one? Not the Potato Man. What was it? Black Ball? Black Ball?
Yes. The bowling one. See, Sex Lives of the Potato Men, that's a definite B movie, and that was awesome.
Yeah.
That has to be one of the most outrageous films I've seen.
Especially his sandwiches.
Forget the sandwiches, it's the granny.
Go on, feel it. You can touch it.
Oh, Johnny Vegas at his best, that one.
It really was a good film, that. But definitely a
is.
B movie.
It's a bloody outrageous film, but it is so funny. There's all these people now scratching their heads going, Sex Lives of the what?
I've just put it in. I don't know
Lives
what
of
the
the
hell you're
Potato
talking
Man.
about.
Orgasmo, that's a cocker. That's an absolute cracker, that is. Basically a religious dude, yeah, that ends up in the porn industry. It's the funniest thing ever, but he ends up becoming a porn industry superhero.
I
Hobo with
watched
a
Uncle
shotgun.
Buck the other day.
Oh, John Candy.
Love Uncle Buck.
The Champ's a cracking film. Eat the Rich, that's another bloody good film. Thank you, A-Up. Hobo with a Shotgun, that was another Rutger Hauer special.
I'll tell you one film that I was surprised I really enjoyed, and I did enjoy it. Woman in a Van.
Never seen it.
Well worth a watch, that one. It's really good. It's Alan Bennett at his best. It really is. It's a cracking film.
Maggie Smith in it.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
plays an awesome part.
I mean, I know it's a blockbuster, but I really enjoyed Driving with Miss Daisy.
That's a good one.
That's a corker.
What was it? Green tomatoes at the old Whistle
Fried
Cafe?
green tomatoes
Fried green
at the old
tomatoes.
Whistle Stop Cafe. Yeah. That's another bloody good one.
Steel Magnolias.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Not without plenty of Kleenex.
Beaches.
I love the beaches, I've got to admit.
Team America is... it's a film you should watch. I mean, the sex scene between puppets had me howling.
See, I didn't get on with that.
Yeah.
Nighthawks, that's a brilliant one. That's Timothy Dalton. The two guys dying of cancer. It's
What with the
basically a bucket list film.
Bucket list.
Bucket
Yeah.
List, that is a good film.
Well, Nighthawks is a sort of British take on the idea. It's brilliant. It's so good.
What's that other one? Oh, you're going to bug me now. He's got Tourette's. It's Shining. What's his name?
Not
Joker.
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson. Yeah.
As Good as It Gets.
Yeah, that's it. Good as it gets. That's a corking film.
Now, if you want a rom-com that's also very moving, Benny and June. Very young Johnny Depp in it. But, oh, what a film. Those aren't pillars.
No, that's not Cool Running. That's, what do you call it? Planes, Trains and Automobiles. I love that film as well.
That I Am Daniel, if you're after a bit of drama, that is awesome.
Another good
based on a
one
true
was
story.
Harrison Ford. Was it called David? He was a top of his game political, and he ends
it's
up getting
not David.
shot. And he ends up obviously having to rehabilitate himself. That was a really good film.
It's not David. It's a bloke's name and it's singular, but I know the one you mean. Awakenings, that's another bloody good film. Dumb.
I love that film.
And Patch Adams as well, which is a biographical one. They've blown it up a lot for the cinema, but oh man. It took me 6 goes to watch Benny and June. Always ended up having sex for some
And if you really want to cry, if you need a cryy film, Hatchie.
Dumb.
That will have you, I guarantee you, the hardest man in here will have a tear in his eye.
I was a bubbling wreck after I saw that.
So was I.
And you know what? Some days it just does you bloody good to stick it on, enjoy the film, and bawl your brains out. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That was an awesome
that were
beat.
ace that.
As was Critters.
Oh yeah, can't beat Critters.
I always loved. I preferred Critters to Gremlins.
What about the Ghoulies?
The Goonies.
The Ghoulies.
Oh, the Ghoul. Yes.
Not seen
Oh,
it.
especially the one that comes out the bog.
We watched the first one, I think it was last weekend, but we're going to watch the second one this weekend. Jesus, see the amount of shit you actually watch and how bad the movies were in the 80s. You're like saying to yourself, I actually fucking paid to go and see that in the cinema.
Do you know one film I'd like to see again, and I've not been able to find it anywhere? It was called Flowers in the Attic.
Yes, that was good. House. The House series of films. They were
God,
brilliant.
yeah, they were funny as hell.
I'm just a 180-year-old fart.
Regarding Henry,
That's it.
the
Thank you,
Harrison Ford
Amy
film.
Duck. You're a star.
Mask. Oh, don't.
Oh, Mask. We're sharing it. Oh, that was a brilliant film, that.
Troll. I haven't seen that in years, Dion. That is a proper B movie. Yes, regarding Henry. But I mean, the Flight of the Phoenix, the remake of that was always worth a watch.
I like the original better. But if
God,
you're talking about Flight to Phoenix, Inner Space.
Oh.
Martin Short.
Porky's.
Dennis Quaid. Oh, Porky's, yeah.
Why was she called Lassie?
Why did they call you meat?
Oh, Porky's, yeah.
And lemon popsicle. Jesus, the lemon popsicles. I'd forgotten about them.
And we can't forget Warriors.
No. Come out and play.
Warriors. What was the other film that came out same time? Wanderers, wasn't it?
Wanderers.
Wanderers, yeah. Death Race 2000 was around then, the original with David Carradine. That was Sly Stallone's first film appearance.
All right.
Death Race 2000. Yeah. And it is now 10 to the hour, so we need to floof. Blimey. Guys. Can you feel me, Chris? Wrong. Stevie.
Ah,
Over to you.
What have I done now?
You're good to say.
bye types. Sorry, I'm looking up B movies and movies.
Rollerball.
Yeah,
What a
Rollerball.
film.
And This Is England. I love This
James
Is England.
Caan.
This is England. They got better as they went along.
Do you know what? Let's carry this on for next week.
I think
If we can remember.
Mike, that's a silly question. Can you remember the TV program The Water Margin? Liang Chang Po? Do we? Oh.
So, guys, thank you for joining us again. And another dark Thursday evening. Hopefully the nights are starting to get lighter, so yeah. But yeah, thanks for joining us again for such a wonderful, diverse conversation that went from vapey stuff to kind of the obscure with Steve with his Chinese pencils getting pumped under bridges and stuff.
For $1.
For $1.
It's like a long time. So join us again next week for more of the same. Well, maybe. We might try and keep it clean for a change, but then again, probably not. Mark and Steve, thanks for the giggle. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'm going to go look up, see how much a takeaway is.
Right.
Even
Chat, thank you so much. Right, do me a favour. If you've got a B movie that we haven't talked about tonight, for God's sake, stick it up on the Facebook page.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to watch these movies because there's some crackers there that we've talked about tonight. Rollerball is definitely getting watched again because I love the James Caan version. Forget the Dean Cain, that was a pile of cack, but the original was awesome. Oh, bless you. She's honked us.
She's honked us.
Honk, honk, back, Captain Bunny. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I've scraped up some films there that I haven't thought about in years. So thank you so much. Spanners, thank you. Wonderful as always. And hopefully we'll see you this time next week. Over to you, Mark.
Guys, thank you so much. I have thoroughly enjoyed this evening. I've actually needed it after a week I've had. I've really needed our little chinwag of smutness and movies. I mean, what more can one man ask for? Betty, thank you. Steve, thank you. Guys in chat, you lot are awesome. You really are. You're part of the show. It's ace and it's fantastic. You guys on the replay, we love you as well. If you've enjoyed the show, if you could give us a thumbs up, that always helps the analytics and it also shows us that you are enjoying the show. And if you do like the show, tell your mates as well. Get them in. Tell them to come and watch us as well live. It's ace. We're a lovely family. So I'm going to wrap this one up. We'll see you all next week. Same time, same back channel. From the guys and myself.
Adios, muchachos.
Outro!
Desperado. The original Desperado. Forget the one with what's his face.
I'm going to watch Young Guns.
Oh, Young Guns. The first one or the second one?
Both.
Good man. Bit of John Bon Jovi as well.
Bon Jovi was in the second.